Seems
There we go. Okay. All right. Hey, buttons has been pushed. Things
all
are.
right, all right, all
There's my
right.
camera.
Now if I
Hello.
can just see you.
Hello. 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 There
I'm
we go.
looking for you and I don't see you.
I'm here. I see you. It's fine.
I'm here. Come here. Kill me. Do it.
Do it now.
Do it now. I'm here. Kill me. You said it's on the
All right.
regular Coin Show podcast page.
Should be. Let's look. There she blows.
See,
I see her. We're good. I got it figured out. Hi,
I
everybody.
got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Everybody's streaming in. Hello, friends. Good to see you all. Hello, hello, Mike. Wonderful to see you. You're looking very
Hello.
Santa Claus. Hey, glad you're back. Thank you. Yeah, we're glad we're back too. That was a mess. I don't know what happened.
Yes, it was a mess.
That was a fight we had with YouTube.
Yeah, I want an unnecessary one too.
It's a thing. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Kyle, good to see you. Good to see
You know what? All I know is that it's over, and I'm glad that is. So
for now,
we'll take that.
Mr. Bohannon, wonderful to have you with us tonight.
We got a crowd filing in tonight.
We do. I'm excited for this show. This has been a long show coming. This is going to be a bittersweet show to finish.
It has.
This is going to be a bittersweet show to finish because we like a couple hours before the show was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago, the YouTube page just disappeared. And like by disappeared, I mean like they sent me.
They took it down.
They sent me an email and said they deleted it. So yeah, that was a big fight. So we postponed, and here we are. We've gotten it back. We've been doing some other stuff, if you guys have noticed, making little short videos, having a little fun with that. Yeah. So here we are.
Yeah, we've been shaking the snow globe a little bit.
Shaking our moneymaker? No money.
I don't know about that. Well, maybe that comes later.
Yeah, I
want to see you shake your moneymaker.
That's right.
So yeah, we've been working on a couple of things and expanding a little bit, and it seems like every once in a while we just take another step forward and up as far as our commitment to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because when we went to video, that was another huge commitment. Well, it's like I think we are at another one of those moments. So I think this will be exciting. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I believe you're probably correct, sir. And I'm excited for all the fun things that we're going to be doing.
Yes. It is going to be a rocking good time.
Okay.
Let's see. Hey, Taffy, how you doing, buddy?
Okay. I think I've got everything squared away. Barry Swan's here. Hello, Barry. Hello, everyone. Let's just hang out for a few minutes, and then we'll fire this dude off. I did something fun today, Mike. I filmed another video with T the Silver Stacker at the office.
I love his stuff.
He does some good stuff. If you guys haven't checked him out yet on YouTube, T the Silver Stacker, fun guy, very nice guy.
Yes. Very nice.
Been coming into both Mike and I's office lately. Today we did a $100 coin shop challenge. So he asked myself and my son, each of us, Jack was there today, to go around the office and find something that we would sell for $100, and he got to pick the winner. So you guys are going to have to watch that video. It'll be out in a few days.
I have a prediction.
Well, I kicked his butt. You know I did, right?
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
I will be willing to bet you that youth has prevailed.
We'll see. But
okay,
we had a good
Tune in to find out.
Check him out. Very good guy.
That's called the T's in the business.
Yes, and he goes in your shop. How many times he comes in all the time to your guy? Do you see you guys? Right?
It seems like it sometimes, but no, he comes in a fair amount, just about as much as he goes into yours.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy, and what I like about T is that he puts out really good information. That's the thing I like about T is that when he says something, you can kind of
If we're going to give you a plug, if we're going to plug somebody's other channel on here, it's going to be good content. You should check it out. We're not going to lead you down the path of clickbait terribleness about coins.
No, but we're going to do that too.
Kind of.
Yeah, we're going to lead you down the path of clickbait righteousness.
I like that. That's a good way to put that.
Yes.
Clickbait
We're
righteousness.
gonna have some fun. Just got to get the bugs worked out. That's all.
Cricket One
As
on
always.
YouTube. Hi, hello. Says hello, Mike and Matt. Good to see you.
Hey.
I'm glad to see that weird little YouTube icon finally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good to see people from YouTube as well.
So
we will discuss that at length a little bit in the show.
Oh, okay. You had already planned to hit on that. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I figured we would talk about it, but for the people that showed up early, I mean, it is definitely worth it to hear our off the cuff, kind of comments on it and not so formal.
Oh yes.
Because what we say during the show is going to be on the internet forever. You always got to remember that. You got to be a little bit more polite.
Well, this is going to be on the internet forever.
This is the stream show, and so yes, they both end up there, but at the end of the day, I think people listen to, and what ends up getting onto the audio only is not this, right?
Right.
Okay, so
that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So Mike and I were talking about something a little while ago, you guys. How would you guys like to see us do some, just not necessarily like show streams, but like hangout streams with some other content creators? Would you guys be interested in that?
More live hangout with
talk about coins
with some other people that do content
and just see where it takes us. Would you guys be down for something like that? I've been kicking around the idea, and I figured why not just ask you guys, since you guys are going to be the ones that watch it. So, let us know in the chat. Hit that thumbs up if you like it.
Yeah.
Something we're thinking about doing. I think it'd be fun. But that being said, my friend, do you want to fire this dude off?
Yeah, I think it's time to go.
Okay, let's do it. I'm going to hit a couple buttons, and hopefully they work, because they were not working a minute ago. Hopefully I have fixed it.
This is the Coin Show Podcast. A podcast about coins and coin collecting from the perspective of both dealers and collectors. Hosted by two guys with a passion for collecting and a combined experience of over 50 years in the coin industry. Here's Matt Dinger and Mike Nottleman on the Coin Show Podcast.
And this is episode 213 of the Coin Show Podcast. I didn't know if we'd get here right away, but I'm here, and I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And on this episode of the Coin Show Podcast, we are going to have some fun. We are going to talk about what happened over the last week, because I'm sure that everybody kind of wants to know a little bit more of what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
We have another episode of Your Coolest Thing.
All right.
And Matt and I have some news to discuss involving just the show itself and our presence on the internet.
Okay.
But first, as always, the news.
All right. Oh, buddy, oh pal, oh friend of mine. I love your sponsorships. Who's the news?
Hey, I only get the finest sponsorships for the Coin Show Podcast.
You do work, son.
This episode of the Coin Show Podcast is brought to you by Breath Mints, making the world a better place since 1869. Breath Mints.
Wait. Okay, hold on. I gotta address this one. How did you research when breath mints were invented, or is that just an arbitrary made up number?
No, that actually is a researched.
Wow,
fact.
We have a crack research staff that can figure out when the breath mint was invented.
Yes. I also since you called them the crack research staff, I want to compliment our crack production staff for doing what else but producing crack.
Love it.
So our neighbors to the north, America's Hat, are ready for Christmas and the holiday season.
Yeah.
So, more and more countries are doing these holiday coins.
Ooh.
I don't expect the U.S. Mint to ever do this under their current constraints, right? It's just too cumbersome for the U.S. Mint, the way that they have to, everything has to come from law, and the process for getting a bill
Right.
passed and all that stuff.
Right.
So I don't expect that from the U.S. Mint, and I don't think I'd really ever want it from them because, with our history of design as well. But I do like this idea as long as it's foreign mints.
So what are they making? What is this set? It's just a special Merry Christmas set?
Yeah, well, this particular set is both colorized and not.
Okay.
Okay, so there is, let's see, there is a family around, or there's the sleigh and toys around it. There is a Christmas tree.
Okay.
There's reindeer.
Yeah, I see those.
So it's like the Christmas tree has a very light color treatment.
But they're just making special Christmas coins for this set, or are they putting them in circulation? Is this one of those non-circulating jobbies?
This is going to be another one of those non-circulating jobbies. I mean, they're not making enough of them to do it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so they have a $1 coin. Now the $1 coin, I think, actually is going to be in circulation, but it doesn't have any colorized treatment on it.
No, it does not.
It's just a Santa dollar. So, but they have a 50-cent coin.
Huh.
It has the sleigh and toys and
elves galore. Look at that.
The 50-cent is nickel plated. The $50 coin is 999 silver. So there's only one silver coin. That is the Christmas trees.
Right. Huh.
Well, what's up with this? Oh yeah, the Santa's sleigh is just a $50. So not made for circulation, much like ours, but still really attractive. Kind of gets you in the mood for Christmas. I like the subtlety of the colorized version of the trees.
Yeah, I can't say I hate it. It looks good. It looks real good. It should be something interesting. I mean, those guys are always innovating and doing new stuff. So good for them. I bet you they sell out.
Well, and this is why I always say that it's fine to do this stuff as long as it's not us.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
Yeah. Let's see. Back to where I was. Yeah, that's right. The newest issue from the Royal Canadian Mint features a toonie in memory of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
Okay.
So this coin is a $2 coin with a black nickel finish on the outer ring.
So it's like almost like mourning wear from the Victorian period.
Symbolic of a mourner's armband and will be issued in circulation. Nearly 5 million of these memorial coins dated 2022 will be released.
Huh.
So they're putting them out this year, not next year, which was kind of surprising. I kind of thought they'd do something like that next year, maybe all year.
Yeah. I mean, it's that's an old tradition. They used to do that back in the Victorian eras. When somebody would pass, they had mourning wear. They would wear black clothing for an extended amount of time to show that they were in mourning. And I guess this coin just kind of is an homage to that. And they're giving that the treatment to make it look that way. So that's cool. I mean, that's
it's bimetallic, and so you're just changing the nickel to kind of a black nickel, and I like it. I think it does look really.
It does look interesting. It looks really neat. I'm gonna have to get me one of these just for the fact that it's kind of a cool.
I think eventually we may see them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
That counter.
That's true. That's probably true.
The United Kingdom has released the first coins with the new king. So we've been talking about when are they coming? They finally released them. Here you go. Here's a picture of them in somebody's hand.
Yep, they are a thing now.
So 20, 22, 50 pence coins bearing a memorial to Queen Elizabeth on one side.
Okay.
And the new king's effigy have been issued for the UK. I'm kind of surprised to see coins dated 2022 with his effigy.
Yeah, I mean they were fairly quick to get those produced and into circulation, right?
I mean, I get it. He's waited 72 years to get on the throne, but the fact of the matter is that I think this is unprecedented. That they've always at least waited until the following year to remove the monarch from the coin and put on the new one. But hey, it's a monarchy, so they can do what they want.
That's right, buddy.
I do what I want. That's what he's got. So I'm sure he's dancing around doing that. I'm sure he did that dance. I'm quite certain of it.
Oh my.
So let's see. So
Yeah, I mean, hey,
I also wanted to note that I'm really surprised to see 2023 coinage with Her Majesty still in place,
yeah,
because there's going to be a pretty large amount of that as well.
I agree. I think there probably is.
And I think that shows just how much of the world's coin is made in advance of the coming new year,
yeah.
and how early some mints start the process, right? Have you seen the 2023 Britannias yet? The gold Britannias?
I have not seen one yet. No.
We got a couple of them in, and they are Queen's effigy.
Well, like you just said, I mean, this was slow, I would say unexpected. I mean, obviously she was, up there in years, but she seemed to be in good health. It was very sudden. So,
Yeah,
this
it,
kind of
it was
thing,
rather sudden, and she has been queen forever, so they had absolutely no need
Certainly.
to think that anything was going to change
Right.
ever.
Right. 100%. I agree. That's what happened.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Croatia is joining the European Union.
This might be the first time we've ever covered Croatia's coinage on this show.
Okay, but we try to be all inclusive.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Just
such,
noting that
Croatia will start producing euro coins and stop producing the coin called the kuna.
Kuna, Kuna.
But here's where they're doing it in their own way. So Croatian Mint has decided that the last kuna coin will be memorable. They intend to mint it as part of a set commemorating the Wisnian Observatory.
Okay.
Say that 10 times fast. It'll be issued in a new size as the world's smallest coin.
I'm looking at these pictures, and it looks like a speck in this diagram. It looks like a speck in a holder. Wow.
Well, it explains why the design on it is so simple.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, they couldn't put anything on it.
So this one is going to be the new world's smallest coin, eking out the current record holder, which is a Swiss quarter franc, with Albert Einstein weighing 0.0063 grams and having a diameter of 2.96 millimeters. The Croatian coin is going to weigh a 20th of a gram.
I just noticed something in the picture of this set. It comes with a loop.
Well, you have to, so you can see it.
I just thought that was funny. It literally comes with a loop so that you can actually see the coin.
That's funny. So it's going to weigh a 20th of a gram with a diameter of 1.99 millimeters, so under 2 millimeters.
Man, that's a.
It is dedicated to Croatia's smallest city, Hum.
Hum.
So I wonder why they call it Hum. Probably because they forgot the words.
Wow. Wait. There we go.
Yeah. I just couldn't help myself.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, but these things are they're beyond tiny.
Yeah, super.
A 2-millimeter coin.
How many of these are they making? How many sets are they going to make?
Let's see.
Only 199 pieces will be issued.
Yeah.
So
get yours.
Not only is it the world's smallest coin, it will be also the world's hardest to get coin. Interesting.
Well, it's also going to be the world's hardest to see coin.
Man, lots of things going for it.
Records abound with this, just everywhere. The 2022 U.S. Mint set finally crossed the 200,000 mark in sales.
Have you even seen one of these in your office yet?
Yeah, I have them.
Okay, I haven't gotten any yet, nor do I really all that much care to, but okay, good. At least you guys have them.
Well, what are you, being glad somebody has them?
Well, I was just going to say, normally when we see, I mean, every year at the coin store, somebody will buy a set and then change their mind and not want to send it back, and they'll bring it in and we'll get a couple of them. But so far this year, that has not happened with the mint sets. So I was just...
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How many 2020 mint sets have you seen?
0. Oh, 2020?
Right. 2020.
I can't remember seeing one.
0, right?
0, yeah.
And you probably won't. And look, this mint set that I'm talking about it just crossed the 200,000 mark.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah, and we buy a lot of government stuff. I mean, like I fill up like about every month and a half or so, I could fill up like a pallet full of just boxes of government stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's all the 70s and 80s stuff that's worth nothing.
It's
right?
everything. No, I mean we get it all. We get state quarters and silver proof sets
Well,
and modern
yeah,
stuff.
we get it
and-
all, but I mean, it's so much of it is 70s and 80s stuff as far
Correct.
as what I've seen, because it's the most populous stuff there is, right? And here's the thing is that so these sales have been slowly creeping down for years.
Yes, that is
So
the truth.
what you're seeing is more older coin sets when they come in. You're not seeing 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s, not current collectors. I think you really won't see that many of them, mostly because just people are not buying these.
Yeah. Well,
I also think that, how many coin stores stock their stores with this stuff?
I sure don't.
So of those 200,000 sales, how many of those are coin shops?
Yeah, I surely don't stock those at all. Any of them.
I mean, we bought 20 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, these are just some of the worst sales ever for these sets. Now, me as a mint set collector, that to me is an opportunity. I'm just saying, but I wouldn't go out of my way to, start buying them thinking they're going to be valuable. But what I am saying is that, if you collect these, you're not going to wait on these because the chances of you missing out on them, I mean, it's December.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Well, but
And
like they had a lot
recently,
they had some government sets from like 1 or 2 years ago still up on their website for sale. So who knows? You might
Now,
still
well,
be able to get them.
here's your little piece of that. So that said, the 2022 proof set
Mm-hmm.
had sales of 700 pieces this week and is now no longer available.
Well, there you go. Maybe then they're not. Maybe they're slowing down their production as well, so they don't end up with a big pile of them on their website. Two years
think
later.
that they've been trying to find that balance, right? And when you make 300,000, now it takes until March next year to sell them.
Right.
So this year they made what, 250,000? Yeah, I mean, just that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I expect that they're going to show them to be sold out no matter the next few days.
Yeah,
But
we'll see.
do you think that they might have a future value? Probably not, but who knows?
No, they're not for me. But
The mint sets have less of a chance of becoming valuable, personally, because there just isn't anything that you can't get anyplace else, right? You get all those coins in circulation.
Yeah,
However,
100%.
proof sets,
Yeah, I mean, you can get
Proof
them in
coins are getting-
circulation.
proof coins are just going to be more scarce from this era. That's all. Will it, the mint will never stop making them. They'll just stop putting them in so many packages, or maybe discontinue some of the packages that they do.
And maybe that's a good thing.
Oh, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing at all.
Right. Well, we'll see. Time will tell, my friend.
And finally, in the news, a little bit lighter news this week.
That's all right.
So Tyler Rossi wrote a really interesting article in Coin Week about off-metal errors
Okay, I like
post
those.
1964, and he focused largely on transitional types and what might be available.
I saw an interesting piece. Yeah, an off metal. Is he just talking about like cents struck on dime planchets, or is it like off metal as far as like a like say a 90% 1965 dime?
He's talking off metal, not wrong planchet.
Got it.
So he is saying 67 quarters struck on a 90% silver blank.
Got it. Okay. Well, they're out
65
there.
quarters struck on, 65 half struck on a 90% blank. A lot of that was the focus of his article. And, I mean, personally, I really love this subject because one of the opportunities that I think it missed, and I think that Tyler just missed in his research, he talks about a 1967 90% quarter and how fascinating he finds it, which who wouldn't? It's
Right.
obvious, right?
Right.
But it's his position that it's a 2-year-old planchet when it was struck, and he says it at that, and that's
Oh.
it's actually possible that it was only laying around for a few months
Right.
because 64 production of quarters reached all the way into 1966.
Yeah, they
And then by 67, all of them were just being made as clad. They finally stopped making silver coins in 66. But I've always found that to be a really fascinating subject of that whole 64 date freeze and how long they kept making them and where they made them. And
they just had to burn up all those planchets that they had, for the 90 percenters, and they had to date them 64. So,
well, it's not even quite that simple. They were unsure if the American public was going to accept clad coinage at all.
So they still kind of were.
So what they did was they manufactured them side by side, and they just were putting them out into the public, right? Once they figured out that people were spending the quarters and the dimes, now they knew that it's okay.
Yeah.
Now we can start cutting that back. And I think they made the half dollars a little bit longer because they were still unsure about people in 40% halves.
Yeah, and
But they wanted to keep some metal in the coinage, and so the half dollar, which was supposed to be the the workhorse of the economy, and it had been until Kennedy got killed. So this stuff is just really cool, and I would love to have an off metal era like this.
Yeah, they're really neat. I've seen a few in person. Most of the ones I see are what they talk about a little further down. The planchets that ended up in the wrong presses. That were not your traditional
like the 25
metals.
Like the 64 half struck on the 25-cent clad planchet.
Correct. Yeah, that.
I want to know how the heck that happened.
It just
they weren't even supposed to be being struck in the same place at the same time.
That's that's welcome to the Mint, man. Somebody at the Mint back in the day used to love to play around and
they were very loosey goosey with the record keeping too.
Well, and yeah, that's true. But make all sorts of fun things for their friends, and make money doing it. So that stuff is out there, and it exists.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just had a sense of humor and say, "Here, watch this."
Yeah, that's probably true too. I'm not gonna lie. I would feel the temptation. I'd be like, hey, George, I'm gonna just look over there for a second. Don't.
Well, this article actually also it confirms what I knew to be possible, and that is 1977, 40% silver, quarters and dollars.
Yeah. Yep.
Which are just super cool.
Yep. They all exist. You can see them if you're paying attention at a big coin show. Every once in a while, one will pop out in a case, and you can put your eyes on it. I've seen a few that way.
And then at the very bottom, they show a reverse struck on an emery disc.
I sold a couple of those not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah, I had an obverse and a reverse.
That's just strange.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's the kind of thing that I would buy.
Yeah, I had a pair. I had an obverse and a reverse that were struck on a 3M sanding emery disc. Yep, it was strange, but yep,
it looks like a coin. I mean, it looks like a coin.
Oh yeah, but it's a piece of cardboard. Honestly, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really strange.
And that was the news. And the news tonight was brought to us
by.
Where are they at?
I could do this.
Breath Mints, making the world a better place to be since 1869. Breath Mints.
Oh man, I love this show. I love this show.
It is the best. So, I think it is probably the best time for us to talk about what happened last week.
Yeah, that was.
God, now it's 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. We were rip roaring and ready to go to do this show, and
yep.
all
gussied up.
I was actually sitting in front of my computer to get the show ready, and I went to comment on somebody's video, and my comment on YouTube wouldn't post. So I said, "Oh, that's weird." And I went to sign into my account, and I signed into the Coin Show account on YouTube, and it said, "Your account has been permanently suspended." Huh? So, unfortunately, we had to call off the show that night so we could get our head around what was happening, only to discover that for some reason they thought that our show was spam, a scam, or what was the other one? Commercially irresponsible something or other.
I
mean,
actually could find it if you want. I mean,
it's
I
not
can
that
tell you.
deep. It's not that deep.
But basically, I put it as spamming and scamming. That was what they accused us of doing. Was spamming
Obviously,
and scamming, and it was just completely out of line. I mean, we were just trying to get our head around it. What could we have possibly done that would offend people like that?
Well,
I mean,
and so I got the email. I said, okay, they're wrong, obviously. There's a little button down at the bottom that says, if you would like to appeal this decision, please click this and fill it out. So I did. I was like, hey, guys, come on. What's going on here? And I got another email back from them that says, yeah, we looked at it again, and we have still decided to keep your channel suspended. And at that point, it was like, okay, what is going on? So we took to the Twitter. I tweeted a lot of tweets at the twits on the Twitter and the tweet. And started talking.
Amazing how you have to go to Twitter for YouTube customer
support. Yeah. But anyways, I tweeted to those guys and I said, hey guys, what's going on here? Is there something, we can actually get a real human to look at? And, like a day later, I got a response from them and I tweeted back, and a day later. So it took a while to actually get a real human to look at what happened. So we did. And we finally, after I think it was 7 or 8 days, came back, found the channel was back, and breathed a sigh of relief because
and just all of a sudden, boom, it's up.
That was stressful. I thought, man, I mean, I'm not like trying to be some giant YouTube sensation or anything, but it's fun to get out there.
No, you think we'd pay more attention to the algorithm if that's what we're
that's right. We wouldn't be streaming an hour-long show. We'd be doing 12-second long dance videos with music, right? Yeah. Anyways,
that would do it.
No, I'm not dancing. But so anyways, we got a hold of that. We got the show back up, and here we are. We're back. We're here. Thank you guys for being patient. I know a lot of people were asking. I got a lot of emails. I know Mike did. But yeah, so hopefully we'll fix that, and we're gonna
we're just gonna we're gonna put our faith in the fact that it was a mistake, and that as soon as a real person saw it, that it was taken care of, and I think that was the case.
Yep.
So for now, we're okay with it. That said, it was not going to stop the show.
No,
I mean, it was just gonna derail it.
Of course not. Yeah, it was just two like an hour before the show we discovered that, and I was like, we should probably postpone this until we figure out what's going on. So we did. Yeah. But here we are. Everything is back.
Actually, what it has prompted.
Oh yeah,
is a little bit more concentration. So I guess we'll get to this part too now. This is so we've decided that we're going to make some tweaks. As long as we're starting over again, right? That we're going to try to concentrate on more short content and more just these little videos that are more informative, right, or just more fun, or more.
Oh, go ahead. Continue.
Just involving, what's going on in the shop or in our lives.
Right. But no need to fear. This show is not going anywhere. This format is not going anywhere. We're just supplementing you guys with more fun things. So
yes,
that is our announcement. Yes.
Yes. And we are expanding to more formats. So you will now find us Ticking the Talks. You will find us on Instagram much more actively.
Yep.
You will find us with more shorts on YouTube.
Yep.
And all we ask from our listeners is, hey, if you see one of them, just give it a like, because it'll promote more of the videos coming up.
Yep. It helps us know that it's a thing that we might want to keep doing, because I made some fun ones, and that's actually that little, like, the thing that's the meta today. And I use another like hip word, meta, but the thing that is what people are looking for today is those short videos, because you're just scrolling and you watch a quick 20-30-second video and you scroll on, and that's the thing these days apparently. So we're going to start.
Yeah, we definitely don't want people to see a Coin Show video and go, oh, I don't have 15 minutes to watch this.
Right. You guys are here. I see you guys, all you are watching right now. I can see you. I see how many of you there are, and you guys love this format. That's awesome. We really appreciate all of you.
Yes.
But we're going to try new stuff, and if we're not doing anything new, then this is just the same old show over and over and over, and
that kind of gets stale.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. So anyways, that's it. That's all. Enjoy.
So there's going to be more of that, more new content. What we do and what we ask of you is, if you see it, like it, share it, subscribe. and give us some input. Tell us what you'd like to see. We created a couple of different types of videos this week.
You know, Mike, your idea. Mike had a great idea the other day because in researching, like looking at some of this stuff, Mike thought, you know what? All these videos that are super clickbaity get a lot of views, but they're just terrible videos. A lot of times they give really bad information. So, Mike, do you want to explain what your kind of idea is or was?
Yeah. So it got really, really aggravating that the videos that have the most clickbaity stuff are the ones that really get the most views. And look, they're designed to do that. So unfortunately, that becomes an uphill battle when you're trying to fight against them. And so for me, I looked at it as, we're going against a guy with 1 million followers because he does this stupid clickbait stuff that is bad information and just is bad for the hobby. Right. So one of the ways of combating that is to make stuff that is clickbait looking, but actually has a lot of good information. So if you look on almost all of our formats, all of our platforms this week, you'll find a video that I titled, "Is this coin worth $350,000?" And it has a very kind of clickbaity idea to it, but it's short. It's a minute and a quarter, minute and a half. And goes through and shows you the story of the 1943 bronze cent
and how you
can test yours really quick to tell whether or not it's real.
Yep. So quick, easy, fun.
And quick, easy, good information, fun out of it. And all I got to say is send me your clickbait. Anytime you find clickbait, I need to see it because I'm going to mimic it. I am going to turn it against them, and I am going to start doing clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait. I like that.
Yeah, counter clickbait.
Clickbait.
That was what my buddy Ross coined it. Counter clickbait, and I really like the idea. And it's just going to have that very simple. It's going to have the flashy headline that sucks you in, but then it is going to be like one of those videos, but it's going to give you the right information.
Drops real coin knowledge instead of hypey coin knowledge. I like it. Yes. I like it. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that's where we're going. Let's get to your coolest thing, Mike. You want to do that? Let's do that. You in?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Absolutely. Now, I will tell you what. We stick to the coolest thing in our shops with some fairly strict rules where we stick to coins. Right. I will tell you the place I work in has some slightly different stuff. And we had a letter that was signed by George Washington in this week.
Wow, that's cool.
And I mean, it was just so cool to see it. And he wrote, so many letters to his generals and things like it was just one of those. And, if I was to post my coolest thing, that's probably what it would have been.
Well, lucky for me, it's not us this week, pal. It's them. Their coolest thing. Let's check your guys' stuff out, guys. I'm super excited for this. This is the other thing that I was really kind of disappointed about with the way the show went is we had this ready to go. This was done on November 24th. So, anyways, I'll pull this up. Let's scroll, baby, scroll.
I have to get there myself.
Okay. J.R. Preston starts us off. He says, well, probably not the coolest thing, but to Spicy Mike, #Dear US Mint, I collect oddball stuff. And when I was ordering my 2022 Proof Mint sets, one of the quarters was missing. Wow. I kept it instead of sending it back and ordered another one. Probably not worth anything, but just a reminder of the best-known QA department in the world of modern coins. Wow, look at that. You're not kidding.
#Dear US Mint.
That coin is gone. That's fairly interesting. You see that every once in a while, but you would think that these days they would have that sorted out.
Yeah, certainly not very often.
Yeah, no, not at all. Let me take just a second here to spread this out a little bit for you guys so you guys can see a little better. Sorry, live formatting. Okay, back to it.
There you go.
Let's take a look at that, see if it's a little better on your screen. Yeah, there you go. All right. Cool. That's super cool. Okay, let's get back to the next one. Brian Bass has just picked this one up in a collection buy. 1893 Isabella commemorative quarter. Don't often encounter these. Only commemorative quarter. Most are still in MS condition. But many like this one were lightly circulated. Issue price was $1. 4 times face value was a lot for such things back then. And he shows us his very interesting Isabella quarter. Let me get this pulled over here. Looks like a nice AU coin. Maybe has a little scratch on it. I can't quite tell. Hard to say. But definitely looks like a coin that has a lot of meat on it. And I think there's a picture of the reverse here. Let me grab that. He also goes on to say the 1932 Washington quarter was originally intended only as a commemorative, but it became regular issue after enjoying popularity with the public, leaving Isabella the only commemorative quarter.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
And Washington quarter was supposed to be a 1 year commemorative.
Let's see if I can get this a little better for everybody here. Sorry, everybody's picture is a little bit different size, so sometimes I have to resize a little bit to get you guys' pictures on here. Very cool coin.
Our friend of the coin show, Steve Vesely. Very cool thing here. 1846D. The original D-Mint.
Yeah, buddy.
$2 gold. In NGC AU55. So this is your Dahlonega gold. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
And the D-Mint marks on these 2.5s, I mean, there's just no room. And you have to think about the technology that they were using.
They just rammed them in there. They didn't care.
They did. It's half of it's in the eagle.
Yeah. It's just over feathers and arrow shafts. They just shoved it in there because that's what they had to do, you know?
That's what they had.
That's what they had to work with. Very, very cool piece. Thank you for posting that one. Dennis Mendoza says, pretty cool coin, population 1 in AU 55 plus. And he shows us an 1853 O $10 gold piece in a PCGS AU 55 plus CAC holder.
With a bean.
With a bean. Super cool coin. I love New Orleans gold, especially the early stuff. I just like how it looks. It's kind of got that crude look of early American coinage, but has that more refined look of some of the later stuff. So it's kind of a cool transitional looking coin to me. I like it. So there you go.
And the Slab Daddy, Slab King, Daddy. Isaiah Hageman, has an extremely rare PCGS luncheon slab that he shifted obviously very quickly. These are worth big money. They're really rare, mostly because you had to be invited to the awards luncheon in order to get it.
How old was Slab Daddy in 2007? He can't have been but 7 or 8 years old or younger.
If that.
Wow. Cool piece.
Yes.
Let's see. PFC Justin Irvine shows us his 1907S Barber half graded Pour 1. Oh, you lowball guys.
Pop 1.
You lowball guys. If you guys don't know about this, lowball collecting is where you try to find the ugliest known example of a coin that will actually slab with the grading company. It's difficult to do because most coins that receive that much wear and tear have a lot lot tear.
They receive some damage at some point.
Or a cleaning.
Or have managed to well, you know what, cleaning is, these could have been cleaned at some point.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's kind of the point, though. These things have had a really hard life, but yet have not been damaged to the point of being ungradable.
Yep. So, yeah, there are a whole subset of collectors out there that collect these. And that just goes to show you guys, you can literally make a collection out of anything when it comes to coins.
And Stephen Hall shares a token from Dan Carr in the Moonlight Mint. It has been a long time since we talked to Dan.
Yeah, we need to get hold of him.
We really should get him on again.
Yeah.
It's an 1848 Oregon Trail silver dollar on O over S.
Overstruck.
On a Silver Eagle planchet.
It's overstruck on a Silver Eagle. No, it's struck on a
okay.
Silver
It's
Eagle.
overstruck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it's a Oregon Trail silver dollar, overstruck on a Silver Eagle planchet. And made to look like an Oregon Trail classic commemorative half.
And it looks like it's been certified by Annex as MS70. Very, very cool.
Daniel's a very talented man.
He is. Oh, young Jack. Jack Smith says, "This is my favorite all time. Mike might recognize it." And he shows us an Athenian owl tetradrachm from
Mhm.
Athens, certified
good.
by NGC as AU. One of the most recognizable ancient coins are the Athens owl tetradrachms, and they are one of my favorites as well. So
And if I'm not mistaken, he bought this from Harlan J. Burke.
he did. He said that's why you might recognize it. So
Yes.
there you go. Good. Cool.
Corey
piece.
Scherer, Uncle Fuzzy. I'll go ahead and use this,
There you
even
go.
though it's still in transit. I snagged this really cool HT81, so it's a hard times token, anti-slavery token.
Right.
That was modeled after the Condor tokens with the same image and slogan on it. The token grades XF40 and housed in an NGC holder. So this one is am I a woman and not a sister?
It says am I not a woman and a sister?
Am I not a woman and a sister? So this is there's also a Condor token and a hard times token that is am I a man, not a brother?
Right.
But that one is extremely rare.
The condors
There's
are common, fairly
horrible.
common, but
Yeah,
the
the
hard
Condors are
times
way more common, but
scarce.
this one is the hard times token.
Yes, you're correct.
And so this is definitely the better one, to have. Really, really cool though. It's like 1838.
It was just an anti-slavery piece. Basically, they were saying, "Hey, am I not a woman and a sister? Like, am I a human?" That was kind of where they were going with this.
Well, here's the first thing that I noticed when you flip it over and you look at the reverse.
Yeah.
The N is backward and united.
Yeah, they did that on some of those, actually. I've seen that before.
Backwards.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ash Dobbs shows us a 50 centavos from the short-lived empire of Maximilian. Only 31,000 rented. This is an 1866 Mexico 50 centavos from the empire of Maximilian. And it's actually a very nice-looking piece. Crusty and dusty, how I like them. It's got a decent amount of circulation. Looks like a very, very cool piece. Thank you so much for showing us.
Really common mid 1850s design on this too, which is a royal crest and
Right, yeah. I mean, they were
kind of reminds me of the Sioux tokens from the provincial Canadian tokens.
Yeah. It's like that was the formula back in the 1860s. It was like king on one side, coat
crest
of arms
on the
other. We have a coin.
Vance Atkins, one of the commems that I got recently, is a 1920 Maine Centennial in an MS64 PCGS holder with a green bean.
You know what I like about Maine commems? And this is, there are several other commems that are like this, but Maine commems are just absolute luster bombs. These coins have smoke and luster a lot of the time, and they were actually fairly well made pieces, unlike some of the others that come kind of flat and ugly. These guys are struck. They have a lot of luster, and a lot of times they have a lot of color because of how they were stored. So that's like one of my top 5 commems is the Maine, just for that reason.
I would think that what you are so in love with on this coin is a product of how well the coin is designed.
Right.
Because if you look at the wreath and you think about the way that this strikes, the negative space in the obverse is where the wreath is.
Right, exactly.
And so everything has just a really nice flat space on the other side of the coin to strike up against.
They were using their noggins when they designed this coin, and it turned out a heck of a nice product when they went ahead and minted them. So very, very cool. One of my favorites just for that reason. And here's a picture of it in the slab. We can see it there.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. Oh, friend of the show, Jack Young, him and his darn fakes.
Now,
Jack,
is it real or not? That's the question. Anytime
I
see a Jack Young slab, I wonder.
Oh, no, don't. Jack's coins are always fake. Jack has the the coolest fake coins ever, but they're all fake. I think. No, I do believe.
No, actually, this one looks like a fake slab.
Yeah, it is. He collects a few things, but anytime he shows us something that is not like an early American copper coin, and even half of those sometimes.
Oh yeah, those Caesar, humongous.
But yeah, this is an 1881 Carson City Morgan silver dollar. It purports to be in a PCGS holder, but in fact, the coin and slab are counterfeit. These have been coming out of China now for a few years. They're getting a little bit better. The slab looks a little funky with the spacing of the wording and the coloration, and even the fonts they use are wrong. But the coin itself is really
Mint-Mark is huge.
Yeah, the coin itself is really what gives it away. Just simply because the coin itself is ugly, and if you look at
I
a
don't
lot
think
of
there's anything that looks right about this.
no, if you look at a lot of silver dollars, you will notice how just not good this coin is.
Maybe that is just me learning, but yeah, there's just nothing about it.
They're flat. The surfaces are grainy. The transition from the field to the relief is weak. A lot of the times you will see that on counterfeit coins where the flat area of the coin going into the design, there's not a hard cutoff. It's actually kind of sloped and soft, and you see that a lot.
On the insert is wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just all kinds of bad
Yeah,
things.
very, very cool. Thank you so much, Jack, for showing us that.
Michael Caudle, I struggled to find a 1934 peace dollar I liked, settled on this AU-58 versus Unk because I really like the look. I have long said, and I think we have long preached,
Oh, yes.
that the AU-58 coin is many times superior to the MS-63 coin.
No, not 63 necessarily, but 62 for sure. Almost
for sure,
always.
but I'm positing, that is my position,
Ooh.
that the 58 is in general a better coin than the 63.
Well, we can agree to disagree.
I know
sometimes, but-
it's an opinion.
Yeah. But no, this looks like a heck of a coin. Very, very flashy. Has a lot of luster. I'm sure it just has a little rub there in the hair, as he shows us. Those are
Or a luster break somewhere.
Could be. Those are always value coins. Just really, really, really.
Well, 34S is that date.
I love that date.
So it's really expensive the more uncirculated it gets, or
Right.
the higher grade it gets, and so. The 58 is actually a really good place to stop on this because you get a good coin, reasonable price, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's your value buy on those.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Russ D. Pasquale says, to add to the oddball part of my collection, I finally got a Henning nickel. I may try to get it slabbed by ICG. So if you guys don't know what a Henning nickel is, these are actually counterfeits. A gentleman by the name of Henning, I forget his first name, I'm sorry, decided that he was going to just start making his own fake nickels. And back in the 40s, during World War II, he did such a thing. And he made a lot of different fake nickels. Now, if you look at this coin, it actually looks fairly accurate to being a circulated nickel. One problem with this particular one, it's a 1944. And above the building, you do not see the P, D, or S. And this was the kind of the problem with these, is that in 1944, they made the war nickels, and they all had that large letter up above the building. So if you ever see a 44 nickel that doesn't have that letter up above the building, it could very well be a Henning counterfeit, and that's what this is.
And it was Francis Leroy Henning.
There you go.
Just for the record.
Francis.
I actually found one of those. I really think it's an interesting story. Why somebody would counterfeit a nickel is just.
And you know what's really cool about Henning nickels? You can actually, if I can get this screen big enough, I can show everybody how you check for a Henning nickel. So first of all, obviously the mint mark, but the second part is look at that R in pluribus. If you look at the left foot of the R in pluribus, all of the Henning nickels have a little hole in that bottom left-hand foot, and that's how you can tell a Henning nickel. So there you go. Interesting enough.
Fascinating. Malcolm McGaw. In 1936, King Edward VIII abdicated before issuing any coins in the UK. However, some territories did issue coins in his name, including the Indian princely state of Kutch. So say 5 Kori, which shows his name along with the local ruler in the native language.
I was going to say, if you say so, my friend, if you say so. I can't see it.
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, but no, that's super cool.
It is, because you don't expect to see him on any coins.
No, not at all. But the cool part about this coin is it's actually really nice. Like, that looks like a really nice copper coin. The luster's there. It's got a pretty color to it.
Just can't read it.
Yeah, very, very interesting coin. Thank you for sharing. Dave Nelson, not a new coin, but a new sticker. So it looks like he has a Norse thick metal PCGS MS65 that has received the almighty green bean, from CAC. Very, very cool coin.
From Delmonte.
Very, very cool coin.
John Smith. This one appeared in my mailbox recently. Here's another green bean. So this one's the Long Island.
You guys are on those cat coins lately, aren't you? I love it. And the commems. Lots of commems and lots of cat coins tonight. You know, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's take a look. Susan Stoll says, I really like this design. I am glad they produced it in silver. It's the 2022 Bucking Bronco U.S. Mint Metal. And yeah, very, very cool. The high relief design is very neat. I enjoy them tremendously.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
John Adcock, I randomly bought a second United States Virgin Islands ingot from a random person. I had owned one for years. It was the only one away from sequences, completely random.
Wow. Look at the serial number. That's so cool. It just went off, and they came from completely different places.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
That is cool. Dave says, found this sweet coinage magazine from 1968 at an antique store, and he shows us a picture of one of the pages. Let's take a look. Silver dollars for sale from this 1968 coinage magazine. Let's take a look at what they were selling.
1893 for?
1893 P's.
1893 $14.50.
XF was $14.50. Wow.
Yeah. You could find a nice 1895 in AU for $85.
$85. Wow.
But the killer was the 030.
I see that.
$35 in BU.
$35 in uncirculated. Wow. But in the Carson City, 78 Carson City, $5.95.
85 Carson City.
Buddy, let's get a time machine. Can we work on that time machine thing?
How about a nice fine or VF 1909S Indian head sent for $100?
Yeah, heck yeah. Uh-oh, your boss posted something. This is all you.
Yes, he posted something that is actually really cool and is $1 million coin.
Really?
Yes, this is a Constantine.
Okay.
So this is Constantine the Great.
Okay.
This is the guy who is the reason that we have Christianity. He's the Roman emperor.
Here's a guy.
Here's the guy. John Madden. So he is the one that created the whole idea of Christianity within the Roman Empire, and it was where it stuck from. So this coin is about the size of a silver dollar.
Oh wow, okay. That makes a little bit
of
difference.
We bought it for a client where Aaron bid on it for him, so that we know when to stop when it gets too out of hand.
Right.
And it was just an absolutely you looked at this coin, holy crap. And this is from, I want to say right around the year 1000, somewhere right around in there.
1000? No.
Oh, I don't know, to be honest with you.
No, he was late Roman 300s, I'm guessing 300s AD. But that what threw me for a loop is this design is actually a fairly common design on his coinage, at least something I would expect to see something similar to in his coinage. He used a lot of wreaths. He used a lot of facing figures. He made a ton of coins because he was the great.
Well, the thing with the Roman emperors, at least as much as I'm learning so far, is that they tend to use a lot of the same symbols so that their stuff is recognized. That's how it is. And the fact that this coin is as huge as it is,
and it's made of gold,
and it's gold, you know, the fact that it's that big and it's survived all this time is just absolutely amazing.
Very cool. Thanks, Aaron. That was really neat to look at.
Thanks, boss.
Delbert Channel says 1935S Buffalo nickel with what I think is a lamination air partly covering the date. And, sir, I think you're probably correct. It looks like
Looks like it.
lamination has folded over from the field over there underneath the Indian's feather and has come over to lay on top of the date. Very, very interesting coin.
Now we need Leanna's help on this next one because Jody Dodson shows us a Japanese one shoe, Chinese slab. So she says apparently from what I've been able to find online, it's real.
Jody is a guy, by the way.
And it's a real, I'm sorry, what he said. Apparently from what I've been able to find online, it's a real grading company, GBCA.
I've seen these before. I've never owned one. I think it might be cool.
It looks real.
Look at one, but yeah, we'll see.
But Leanna's the expert.
Yes.
There's no question about it.
She is the one.
She could tell you.
She could probably tell us all about that grading company too. Joshua Wright says, this is my Witter coin use slab from this year. It was an awesome experience and I enjoyed every minute. Plus, this is the only slab piece dollar I own. Very cool. I'm glad you got to attend that. It looks awesome. Those guys are doing good things out there for you guys, for you young folks. Good on them.
Yeah, we celebrate their entire catalog.
That's right. That's right.
David Hollister just purchased this lovely gem.
He sent a video.
Some will drool over the label.
See if
I drool over the toning. And the fact that he sent a video is to show you the toning. So
I'm going to play it. Here we go. Ooh, it is pretty. It has very pastel-y light color. Yeah. Very nice. And it's in one of the old, is that a 2.0 holder? Let me see the front.
Let's see the back.
It's in an early NGC holder, which may
there it
very
is.
well be.
Yeah, it's 2.0.
Yeah, that's a 2.0, I think. So those are actually really collectible holders, too. I know it sounds crazy, you guys, and I think it's crazy, but people actually pay really good money for those holders.
Yes.
Very, very
premium,
cool.
Kind of like a doily.
Yep. Andrew Pritcher says 1763 East Friesland, now part of northern Germany, with a flawed planchet and some original mint luster. So this is a three Pfennig kind of sort of. Yeah, three Pfennig from 1763. And you can tell by the picture on the right-hand side here that the planchet was just not very good. It had a lot of fissures in it. It had a lot of streaking to it. But at that point, I think they just did not care and struck it anyways. So
yeah, and these are the German states from before the unification of Germany.
Yep, there you go.
And last but not least, we have our good friend of the show, Russell Franks. Russell Franks says, it's not mine, it belongs to a friend, but it is ultra cool. In 1882, penny production moved to the Heaton Mint from the Royal Mint. The Royal Mint only made them for 2 weeks, and even in fine condition, they are very rare, R17. So in Unk, the London minted coins are unique. So I was very excited to handle this beautiful. So that's a unique coin.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. 1882 penny made at the Royal Mint.
And he shows us the difference. It looks like the London coin on the top here does not have the H Mint mark between the date.
Correct. That's the Heaton Mint is the H Mint mark. Yep. You see it on a lot of Canadian coins of that era, and you see it on a lot of English coins of that year.
Very cool. Very awesome. You guys
rock.
Way to
wrap it up, Russell.
You guys rock. You guys
brought
us an amazing Your Coolest Thing segment. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they definitely brought it.
You guys bring it every time. I love that segment. I'm going to go out
sometimes better than we do.
I'm going to go out and say officially now that is my favorite segment ever that we do. Done. Write it down. Chalk it up. It's done. It's my favorite.
Period. Flavor of the month.
Shut up. Well, sir.
Okay, so do you have anything else?
No, sir.
I think that we have pounded this one out for an hour, and
yeah,
there's a lot here.
Another hour of amazing coin content.
So a couple of housekeeping notes for everybody. This is going to be our last show for the year. we're going to take Christmas off, and we're going to have some time with our families, as we hope you will, and that you'll enjoy it. We will be back the first week in January.
Yep.
So on January 6th with it'll be episode 214.
Yep.
And in the interim, what we would like from you is we'd like to know what the patrons would like to see in the Patreon show, because we have an opportunity there to do just about anything we want.
Yeah. When YouTube
And so
blew
if you
up,
guys want to see us play games, if you guys want to do trivia, if you want to do a hangout, I mean, we can figure it out, and we can make that show anything that you guys want it to be.
Yep, that's right. Whole separate show. We can do it.
Yep.
We can trivia night. I don't care. We can
Yep.
do whatever. But
We
we
can
want to know
watch
what you
Monday
guys
Night
want.
Football. It doesn't matter. I mean, we can do whatever we want.
That's right. But we want to do what you
Do what
guys
we
want
want.
to do. So
Right.
let's figure it
Because
out.
you guys support us, so we want to do something back for you.
So Mike at coinshowradio.com, Matt at coinshowradio.com. I do check my emails.
He
so
does.
Feel free to send whatever you'd like.
A long time that was a question, but now he does.
I do. I got it figured out. All right, buddy. Well, let's wrap this thing up. Say thank you. And
Yeah, so we would like to thank all the people that helped make the show possible. We would like to thank our brand new brand manager
yeah, we got one
Leanna.
of those too.
for coming on board and helping us tweak a couple of things. Thanks as always to Ernesto for our Facebook, to let's see, Dewey, what's his name?
What? What?
Dwight DeWitt, Fuzzy.
Corey.
Corey.
Corey Scherer.
Yeah, Corey Scherer for helping us on the outskirts. Thank you to Barry Swan, the unnamed source, for all his mischief and for watching the chat room tonight.
Yep.
To PFC Justin Irvin for everything that he does to help our show and to help support us, and to all the things that everybody does to help make us look better every day. Thank you,
Lord knows we need
all
it.
you who listened and who have stuck with us through all this stuff, because without you, this would be pointless. So we really appreciate that.
You guys are awesome.
So I guess we'll be seeing you in 3 weeks.
Happy New Year's, everybody. Merry holidays.
Happy New Year, everybody. Have a great holiday for the Coin Show. I'm Mike.
I'm Matt.
We'll talk to you next year on the Coin Show podcast.
You've been listening to the Coin Show Podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman. Tune in next time when the boys bring you another exciting episode. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, on our website at www.coinshowradio.com. You can also join our private Facebook group where everyone sees every post. Just search Facebook for Friends of the Coin Show and ask to join. If you'd like more, you can become a subscriber on Facebook or join our Patreon at www.patreon.com/thecoinshow. If you sign up at the $5 month level or higher, you'll have access to exclusive content on patreon.com on the off weeks, including the Not the Coin Show podcast. Thanks for listening to the longest running coin podcast in the world of numismatics. This has been the one and only, the original. This has been the Coin Show podcast.